June 13th, Old Fool Wisdom, Black Subjects, number 3. Now yesterday, Old Fool laid it out on you about one good way reparations would work and do a lot of good instead of being wasted. Now I covered that yesterday about all the properties, all the stuff in the ghettos be turned over to black hands, black ownership. The government just pay them up, or go talk to them, give them a good little talking to those landlords and say, now you can do a lot of good here, just out of your heart. Give these to these black people in the ghettos. All of that would be theirs. Like I said, the rents would be only to maintain the building, non-profit. Rents would never go up unless the maintenance of the building went up. This will be in black hands, black ownership. It'd be a privilege to live in those places. The rents would be way better in any socialist country, like they were in Los Angeles in 1967, 68. That was in the private sector. I'll get on to that when I do about my homeless thing. How cheap things were back then. And that's the reason why people can't make it today, these damn rents. And you hear these clowns talk about, oh, reparations would be too much money. We can't wasting money. The foreign aid, I laid that out on yesterday. The damn foreign aid kept that military industrial complex down. We should be involved in foreign wars. All you flag wavers out there running your mouth about the Constitution. Go read what they said. It was founding fathers. Okay, we talked about yesterday about, seemed like the black people are burdened with these rumors and inconsistencies every time a black person dies. It seems to be heavier in the black community than it is everywhere. We talked about that. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Kevin Samuels. That's still out there. Not laid out right like it should be. Concrete proof to stop all these rumors. And Sam Cooke, that's still out there. There are many more. Some guys died in foreign countries, like Johnny Guitar Watson. Then these hustles are always run on the black community. Remember the platform shoes, the big old shoes, man? One guy some black guy brought it up, a writer or something. How the hell that man gonna run from the law and them damn things like that? Whether running from the law or not, he's presuming everybody, when he made that statement, everybody's part of that 1/3. Old fool wisdom, and whatever talked about, what you've heard, old fool wisdom talk about here. Truth, hard, cold truth, hard truth. I talked about Reverend Ike. He had the guts to get out there and wasn't afraid, do his game. Man, that dude was on top of things. Came up from nobody. A little old boy walking on dusty roads. Didn't have much money to eat. Climbed up. Didn't listen to everybody around him. All that negativity that hangs over in the ghettos and the black community. Hangs over like a huge stench. They can't get rid of it. He gave black people a lot of pride. ambition, and like he talked about, self-respect. I've listened to some of his sermons. But when he got all of that criticism, he didn't back down. I saw him in those interviews, man. He didn't let them people shake him up. But now all these other people, these white preachers or Sariasis, they copied after him. They didn't have enough guts to start that back in them days. They couldn't have took the heat. We're getting on to, black writers. That'd be a good thing for somebody to investigate and delve into, even to this day. Do they make, you've got these novelists and these black writers, do they make the same money that a white novelist or writer or literary guy makes? That'd be something good for people to delve into. Now, I bet Oprah, bookwoman, Oprah Winfrey, well, if she sees this, she's going to know who the dude was. You had a guy way back when. This guy was a writer. There was a bunch of them. Whole bunch of them. Black guys that wrote under other names. Probably didn't get paid nothing. That's the point I'm coming up on. How much money do these black writers and novelists get compared to these white guys or whoever else? This guy, his name was Willard Motley. He wrote 2 best-selling books. They made movies out of these books. 2 movies was made off of these 2 books. Movie rights, best-selling books. Man died, have nothing but Social Security. He probably got cheated. I would make a damn good guess or a bet. The dude didn't get made what he should. He didn't get the money made that he should have got made on 2 best-selling novels and 2 movie rights. Probably got burned up. Cheated. Damn, the man's name was Willard Motley. He didn't come out of the ghetto. His family was, I think, dentist. He was kind of that upper crust black people. The ones you always hear about, or you don't hear about them now. Dentists used to be in the black community. They made good money because that was their thing. Black people didn't like to go to some white dentist. You might not use enough anesthesia on them and they'd have to suffer. I've heard black people tell me that. That's why they don't like to go to white dentists. They just, especially in certain towns or certain parts of towns or certain cities, certain suburb place. A lot of black people said you don't want to go to those dentists, man. The guys would really treat them bad. They want them to come back, probably. Anyway, his family was that, if I remember correctly. He wrote some good books, man. You can read them books today, and they're interesting as hell. Now, that's just a point I wanted to bring up. Nobody knows who that dude is. Go out there on the block, man. Go down there in the ghetto or in the hood or wherever. Ask somebody what Willard Motley. The man was big. Anyway, going back to, I think I might have covered this on my entertainment section I did. Let's jump back into another one right quick. Back in LA in the 90s, you had a singer. She's back today. She made a comeback. She went bankruptcy. Now I could bring her name up. This was talked about all over the radio station, black stations, especially. Toni Braxton. She went bankrupt, and they were all talking about it on the radio shows. All these experts in the business, these DJs and entertainment, whatever. Trying to find out, they claim she only made 35 cents per CD she sold. You can check this out. You can go back and track these radio things down. This was a big deal. It was talked about all the time. So, well, what did that happen? What did happen to her? Said, well, she just had a bad manager, man. She didn't make no deals. But I've talked about how this goes on in the entertainment section. He probably, I don't know where he did, according to her autobiography, he was a crook, made bad investments or whatnot. Now anyway, remember what I said here, he probably had to take that deal to get her foot in the door. Let's say you're a manager. Let's say I was. And I go out there and I got a young black girl singer. And I go in and I face down these people behind the scenes. That's two certain groups. I said, look here, man. I got a prize for you. I got this young black girl out here. She can sing and dance and better looking than Diana Ross. I got a good moneymaker for you. Them people are going to sit back there and they're going to look at me, and they're going to, anybody else that says that, they're going to say, so what? We can get 10,000 of them. And man, you know something? They're right. I brought that up about all these women, black women that can sing. There's so damn many of them, man, you can't even compare them. They're out there. Oh, what's her name? Just called the Queen of Soul, and old Rolling Stone magazine jumps up there. Oh, she's the greatest singer. I don't know what she's talking about, greatest singer ever, man. That covers a lot of genres. And you got black women as singers. Some of them have made it. Now I'm talking about the hundreds of thousands of them out there. Can sing, better singer than old Aretha Franklin. They didn't get a break. They were held back. The ones that did get to record were caught up in these places where they got robbed. And didn't get the push they needed, because they were behind big money. Wasn't that much big money wasn't behind them. You had great singers. Could have been singing on Broadway. Nancy Wilson, there's one for you. I bet you people are out there right now. You don't need go down there into the block, hang on the block, ask them all who Nancy Wilson was. They can't even tell you. And the greatest singers have been around ever been. I don't know what happened to her. But that's just one example. Even old Aretha Franklin was scared. They claimed she used to take her purse with her everywhere. She used to get ripped off. And people got ripped off all the time. I'll repeat it again. Old Jerry Lee Lewis, the killer, he made that big statement. He said, you expect to get cheated in the music business. Right. We were talking about Toni Braxton's thing. Guy might have had to take that deal to get her in the foot in the door. I've laid it out there for you about what goes on behind closed doors. All this backstabbing and working for nothing. You got to check out there. That was in my entertainment section about these kiss asses behind the door. She's back on the scene again. Getting people to feel sorry for her, coming up some old dribble. She's always got a game going on. behind closed doors. I know people that know her were hooked around her. She'll hear about something going on. She'll make a rush over there and come in and tell the honchos, I hear you're going to do this and this and this. You know what? You can almost depend on me. They can buy her cheap. Those two, one dude's dead. I've talked about this guy in the entertainment business. The biggest suck ass behind closed doors. He had this big image of being this wild dude, man. The guy's going to go up in there and stand up to the man. The biggest suck ass behind the closed doors. Anybody criticize that industry? He's the first guy to jump up and defend the old star school system. Anyway, we're getting back on behind the closed doors. These people getting cheated down. How does these games keep getting running off on black people? Let's talk about the platform shoes. The big old boom box. Now there was a good one. Who pushes this stuff on black people? Do they own these places or making those boom boxes? Or any black people got jobs in those factories? Remember that hustle? People sitting around laughing. What's he use carrying a big old heavy thing? Then the rim thing. He did an interview with a guy. He either makes those rims or he imports those rims, but he was a white guy. He sells them to black people. He asked him, they said, man, would you put this stuff on your car? He lies. Said, no. I just sell them to black people. That's what they want. People got killed over those rims, man, in carjackings. See, we have some good rims, and they run. He'd go get robbed, and he'd put up a fight, he'd get killed. And what factory were them rims coming out of? That dude I just mentioned? Or wherever. Any black people own those factories? Any black people working in those factories? Well, this was going back, like the guy I told you about, telling me $1 billion coming out of the black, billions and billions, he said. I can't believe it. Not on hair products, I just can't believe that. Millions I can, not billions. But the overall thing, the high-priced cigarettes, the high-priced liquor, got to have this brand of clothes, this brand of car. I guess you could kick that up there. Billions are coming out of the black community. Where's the money going? Who's getting all these billions? I'd like to know. I don't know, really. I got a strange suspicion it's not black people are getting those billions. They keep running the dragon-ass pants thing. Underwear is showing. Who runs this stuff up on black people? Now, I know where it came out of. You go to jail, they take your belts and stuff like that, and your pants are sagging down and all that jive. But that thing took off. I know when it took off because when my relatives were wearing his pants like that. That took off about maybe before 2000, 2001. Damn, man, that's way over 20 years ago. You'd think the styles had changed, but now, peer pressure to keep up with the styles. How's that stuff hanging? You got 35 and 40-year-old men out here, more older than that, running around with their pants hanging down there, underwear showing. Who runs this crop off on black people? People out there laughing. All the ethnic groups and races are laughing at black people. Who runs that crop off on black people? Again and again and again. What's it going to be next? these hustles, and all these things I brought up again. I didn't catch a lot. I didn't put a lot of them in there. These black celebrities and important black people dying, and nobody can get to the bottom of the damn death. Still hanging over today, man. All of them I mentioned. More I just didn't bring up and remember. Sam Cooke. All that stuff's fishy. Man driving a big thousands and thousands of dollars a silver Ferrari, picks up some chippy way up on the Sunset Strip or in West Hollywood somewhere. All of a sudden, this guy, hotels and hotels everywhere. The guy's got a ring on, Rebus and stuff in it. He used to tell people, I can be anywhere in the world, I can pawn or sell this ring even for half what it is, and I got to pay my way back home. This ring's got all these rubies. Man couldn't find a hotel or motel. Driving all those miles way down in the 90th block, Figueroa Street. Gets killed down there. I'm surprised his big Ferrari didn't get ripped off while he was hanging in that motel room. That's what we're talking about, man. Fishy stuff like that. Stone flat fishy. It just hangs over the black community. Nobody can get to the bottom of a lot of this jive. Tupac, there's another one. Biggie, there's another one. All the misinformation, rumors. Nobody can get to the bottom of it. Like I talked about, all these guys in the music business, these guys, Tupac Shakur, where'd that man's money go? Like I told before in my entertainment section, a dude told me, standing on the corner, told me, oh man, Suge Knight got that money. He didn't even have nothing to do with Suge Knight, except about probably the last 6 months of his life or even less. Suge Knight got him out of that Rikers Island, where he was. You got chumped out. Took the blame for, I guess, the party guy. A lot of people said he didn't do nothing. The people with him, he caught the rap. Dude was a chump. He wouldn't have made it, man. Something would have happened to him anyway up the line there. Silly ass divorces, screwing up, addiction. Guy was doomed. Well, I've laid that out there about black people not getting paid what they should. Now you look that up about Willard Motley. Man, the dude was big. Read them books today, they're damn good to read. Movie rights, 2 movies made off of his novels. Humphrey Bogart played in one, and I've forgotten who took. Shelley Winters was in one. She was a mother of the first book, Knock on Any Door. I had the movie about that, and John Derek. Remember that dude? That's the dude that made and groomed old boy Derek. Remember her with the cornrows running down the beach? She hadn't had them cornrows, man, she wouldn't be nowhere. They don't even remember her today. She didn't have an outstanding face. She today looked like another one, old worn-out white woman. Those old, silly, not standing out faces. But you put them cornrows on, and she was in good shape. Oh, Derek made sure she was. Running down that beach. Stole that stuff from black people. Black people talked about that. How that stuff got stolen from them. Now, I'll take this. I can't do that. We're at over. I haven't got enough time to talk about the problems black people got in this nation. The gene thing. You can't find a full-blooded black person in this country. You might, if he is, he's an immigrant. You might go down up south, some of them little places over there, where a lot of those people, believe it or not, they stayed in their own little thing and stuff like that. You might find one of them down there. It's a real cold black man or woman. Now, here's the problem. It took me a time to get to this, about these gene things. Guess who the majority of black people in America today, guess what kind of genes have they got in them? Two. One more than another. American Indian and these white genes. These characters came over to America. England want to get rid of them. They're troublemakers. Malcontents. Contrarianism. When they got here, they didn't even stay home. And going from the Carolinas to Tennessee on to Texas, leaving their wives and kids behind for years. The dudes had some weird genes in them. They're rebels to start with. Contrarians. Sensitive to some old, people did a story on that. I ain't got time to get into that one. I'll do that one the next time, about some black kids up in New York City. And they traced their lineage back to the Carolinas. And they claim black people picked up all that nonsense about them feuds and duels and crap like that off of them old white guys that always get mad about something. You said something the wrong way, having a feud or duels. Now that's the genes that's in black people. In the American Indian, there's another one. Tribalism. Combative. Athletic. One time, American Indians was the top dog athletics way back there. You check it out, man. It could be today if those people are real loose. It's easy for them to do something with emotion. They don't participate and go into professional sports. They could. They do real good. It's been proven. You go to some states, they always, tribes, Idaho, places like that, they continuously dominate basketball in those states. Those guys come out of the tribes. And they did at local levels and places here and prisons and stuff. Clyde Bellincourt talks about that in his book or something. Anyway, black people got all those genes mixed up in them, man. Just think about that. All these mean-ass white people, man. Some people, like one old white racialist guy said, most violent people in the world. What he was talking about, when they ever get mad, not if people going to suffer. That's what he said, most violent people in the world. He wasn't talking about blacks or Indians either. Anyway, old fool wisdom, I'll lay more on you next time if I can. This might be the end of my black subject stuff. I think I've covered a lot here. And I'll move over in entertainment. I'll get back. I'll talk about Shaka Zulu. I'll come into that. I'll do another black thing, and we'll talk about that again. I've talked about that over in entertainment. how the man was blocked out. Could have been coming into Hollywood. A lot of people didn't want to see that. Stop that man dead. Other things happened to him over in South Africa. He didn't get the money he should have got when he made some of those movies. Died a bitter, broke man. A lot of people say it's his own fault, the South African thing. He put black people on the map. They were all over the world. That movie, Shaka Zulu, glorified African people. It was a symbol, black pride. They couldn't show Shaka Zulu. They wanted to do it in the schools here to help young black people to have a lot of pride. They couldn't do it. They had bare-breasted women in there. That's what stopped it. That's why it didn't come out in the school. It was supposed to be a part of the curriculum. And black histories and stuff like that. It should have been in there. Would have been there today. People have been watching it. It was big. Everybody in America watched it. All races watched that Shaka Zulu. I covered that in entertainment. Why he couldn't get into Hollywood. He was blocked. Old Pooh wisdom, watch your back. It's a dirty world.